Today we are going to discuss about Tableau server and its uses, web authoring versus Tableau desktop. So I'll let you know about what is Tableau server and what are the components of Tableau server. So this will be your important question in the so so in the interview you might get questions like what are the components of Tableau server and what is the key points about Tableau server, how to schedule the refreshes in Tableau server and list of accesses and best practices. Okay, so as earlier we have discussed, Tableau server is a online hosting platform. So it's an online hosting platform. So it is similar to what we have seen in Tableau Public. Tableau Public. So if we want to share our work, okay, so we'll use Tableau Public. In the same way, Tableau server also we will use to share our work. Okay, but in organization level. This is only at organization level. This is entire world. You can entire world can see your dashboard. Okay, even not only with the URL, not only with the URL. Okay, by searching in Tableau Public also they can view your dashboard. By searching in Tableau Public also they can view your dashboards which are published. It is like, let's say you have uploaded some YouTube video. If you share the link with anyone, they can watch the video, or otherwise in YouTube also by searching with some particular names. Let's say you have uploaded something related to Tableau and you have shared some that link with the one of your friend, so he can access that link. And some other person randomly he's searching in the YouTube based on the keywords like Tableau or something, Tableau learning or something. There also he can find your video. So in the same way, so once you publish to the Tableau public, if you share the link, they can view the dashboard that was prepared by you. Not only by sharing the link, even you can search in the Tableau public and then also they can view it. So whatever we publish, it is visible to the entire world. So we can't give any restrictions. We can't give any restrictions here. So this is just for practice and for students. Students can use this, and for learning you can use it. Okay. So Tableau Public is only for learning and for practice purpose. You can't publish, or you should not publish anything which is related to your organization. That will be a violation. You might lose your job. So you should not publish anything in Tableau Public. So if you have your organization data, you should not publish, or you should not use Tableau Public. Why? Because we can't keep any restrictions in Tableau Public, and that will be accessible to the entire world. So that will become a violation and you might lose your job. And Tableau server, you should use only Tableau server in organization levels. Here we can, so URLs only accessible to the organization people. So outside organization people, they will not be able to access these URLs. And in organization level also, we can keep restrictions. We can keep restriction. So let me just show you some example. Server. Okay, let's assume this as a server. Okay, so this is what is the server looks like. So in server also you will have, uh, let me just increase the resolution. Okay, so server will also look something similar like this. So there also you will see folders and all. Okay, so let's say I have given access to your server. So this, let's say, assume this as your Tableau server URL. and I will provide access to this. So let's say you have, I have three people in this call. So three people, I'm giving access to the Tableau server. So the same server, Divya can access, Rakib can access, and Prashant can access. When you go inside, so to Divya, I will give access to this folder. To Rakib, I will give this access. To Prashant, I'll give these two folders access. Okay, so whenever you log in, let's say whenever Prashant log in, he can able to see only these two folders. Whenever Rakib logs in, he will be able to see only this one. Whenever Divya logs in, she will be able to see only this profit dashboards. So like that, as an admin, I can restrict who can see what all dashboards. I can restrict that. So it will be the same server who, like, if I give access to the to you three people, so it will be the same server. You guys will be seeing the same server, but I can restrict what you can see. So that is how you can give the restrictions. Okay, so Tableau server is essentially an online hosting platform to hold all your Tableau workbooks. So where we will publish the Tableau workbook, data sources, and data flows. All you really need to know is that it works like any other server. You can store things here and safe from fires and pesky hackers. So it is very safe. So nobody can access out of that Tableau server. So first of all, the URL is accessible only at the organization level. And you can also restrict in the organization level also who can have the access to what all dashboards and all. So that also we can restrict. And we can set permissions and bits of work to allow you as an organization to determine who can access and interact with what. So this will have many options. Two people were marketing research analysts who had access on server to upload, and so there are certain levels of uh, actions that we can give or access that we can give. So let's say, yeah, so I have given access to this particular folder. So in this particular folder, if I have some dashboards and data sources like this. Okay, so in dashboards and data sources also, I can give restriction to see or to edit. So those all options will be available in Tableau server. And now let's talk about the components of Tableau server. Components of Tableau server. So these are like application server. So here we will maintain the permissions for the Tableau server. Who can access what? So application server takes care about application server takes care about the permissions. So whatever restriction that I'm giving here, so I can restrict. So let's say I have mentioned three students' names. So that particular students will have only access to these two folders and only access to this folder and this folder. So that type of restriction we can also give it in the so that is maintained by application server. So in the backend, so whatever permissions that I'm giving, so that is maintained by application server. Now let's see SQL server. So if a view is released, the client sends a request. So what is a SQL? Rakib, can you tell me what is SQL? What does it do? Yeah, so convert data to visualization. Okay, so if a view is released, the client sends a request to the SQL process. So the SQL process then send queries to directly to the data source and returning a result that is rendered as images. Basically, so we will have a SQL server in the Tableau server. So the data that is given to SQL server, it is converting to visualizations. So in the server, it will be happen based on the SQL server. So application is server is to will take care about the permissions. So based on, so that will be maintained by application server. So this is all backend operation basically. SQL also we can't see it. Even let's say I'm preparing this particular chart. So in the backend there will be a query. So what will be the query? It will be something like select category sum of sales from sample superstore where state equal to Alabama. So this is what is a query. So if I write this query, then I should be able to see this furniture office technology. Sorry, I need to write group by as well. Group by category. Okay, so if you write this query, it will, so this is the query that is running behind. Even that visual we can't see. So we have given data to this, it is converting into visualization. But visual we can't see it. So it is the backend operations that we are talking about. Okay, so application server also, we can directly select that particular folders and directly give access. So if you go to this folders and right click on this, show more options. So like this, you have this specific in Windows. So specific people I can give access. In the same way, in Tableau server also, you can see the list of people and you can select people like that. So I want to give access only to Rakib to this folder. So I will go here, go to this one and give access to. Here I will select if Rakib is from my organization, his name will be available here. And I will give access to Rakib. In the same way, if I want to give access to Prashant, so I'll just go here, give access to Prashant. I'll select his name. So in that way, to this server, I can give access to Rakib and Prashant. So all these are backend operations. So you can't see the application server. So based on this application server, only we are able to give the permission. In the same way, we can't see SQL server. It is playing a vital role. So because of this SQL server only, we were able to convert data into visualization. Okay, so now let's talk about data server. So Tableau data servers allows you to centrally control and store Tableau data sources. Okay, so let's say we have a data source, sample superstore data source that I have connected to. And in real time, you might be connecting to Excel files, or you might be connecting to the Oracle or SQL servers. So that data will be stored in data servers. So that data will be maintained in the data servers. It also manages metadata from Tableau desktop like calculation, definitions, and groups. So metadata is something, metadata is nothing but, let's say you have tables, table names and field names. So what is the table name in this case? Sample superstore. So this is one kind of information. And field names. So all these field names will be stored in metadata. The customer name, location, order date, product, only names. The values will not store. So inside values will not be stored. Only the names will be stored. Table names, schema names, to which schema that particular table belongs to. So all this information, even the calculation fields and definitions and groups will be stored. So this is called metadata. So it will have the information of the the table names, schema names, and the field names. So all this will be stored in data server. Okay, I'll just take a pause. Any questions? Okay, Rakib, can you tell me about what is application server? Okay. Yeah, Prashant, can you tell me about SQL server? Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Divya, can you tell me about data server? Yeah, it will store the information of all the data sources and metadata. Okay, and we also have some of the other components, backgrounder and gateway load balancer. Okay, so backgrounder is for extracts. So when you connect to live connection, so you are directly connected to the Oracle database. There you need to, there you don't need any backgrounder. So backgrounder is only needed when you connect to extract connection. So what are the two ways to refresh the extract? One is manual refresh and the other one is scheduling. In scheduling, what will be the minimum time that you can keep? 15 minutes, every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes too, you can keep every 30 minutes, 20 minutes like that. You can keep or dial hourly, you can keep weekly, daily, monthly, and so on. Okay, so you can schedule based on this. So this scheduling, let's say I have published this particular dashboard. Okay, let's say I have 10,000 records. Tomorrow I am going to add 1,000 records. Okay, so then it will become 11,000 records. Let's say, but I have scheduled it for every day night 12 a.m. Every day 12 a.m. I have scheduled it. So even if I load the data to the database, so let's say today I have stored 1,000 records, but I have scheduled the refresh at 12 a.m. So until night 12 a.m. it will not refresh the data. Okay, so even if the data source has extra 1,000 records, so this will not allow to add that 1,000 records. It will only refresh only after 12 a.m. as I have scheduled it for 12 a.m. Okay, so that is about scheduling. So that is maintained by backgrounder. So in the backend, in Tableau server, that is maintained by backgrounder. So in the front end, we just keep the schedules. Okay, so in backend, it is maintained by backgrounder. And we also have gateway load balancer. Okay, so gateway load balancer will work as a mediator in between Tableau desktop and Tableau server. Okay, so that will work as a mediator in between Tableau desktop and Tableau server. So how it will maintain as a gateway. So whatever I'm trying to publish, so it will go to the gateway first and then go to the Tableau server. So let's say if I'm trying to publish this particular report, okay, so it will go to the gateway, whether it is having the amount of information that is required to the Tableau server. Let's say Tableau server has a capacity of 100 units. and some, let's say 10 people logging into the same server from different locations. Server. So what it will do is, as server has 100 units of capacity, it will distribute that 100 units of capacity across these 10 people, so that each person will get 10 units of capacity. I'm just telling you an example. So this is not the exact one. So let's say if your server capacity has 100 units and 10 people are logging in, it will distribute that capacity uh, to each person with the same number of units. So it will distribute across to all the persons. So each person will get 10 units. So that is how it will balance. So that is how it will work as a load balancer. So that it will be, the performance will be same across all the users. And if multiple procedures are configured for any component, the gateway will work as a load balancer. Let's say multiple persons are logging into the same unit or same server. So it will distribute to all the persons equally. When running in a distributed atmosphere, one physical machine is designated the primary server and others are designated as working server. Can run any number of other procedures. So mainly, so in Tableau, we'll have a primary server. This is primary server. Most of the organizations will have primary servers. And so if the load is more, in your organization, what they will do is they will maintain some extra servers. So this will be anything other than primary server is called as secondary. All these are secondaries. All these are secondary. If the load is more, so then it will distribute the load to all these three extra servers. So that is how gateway load balancer will work. Let's say if you have only one particular server, in some organization they maintain only one primary server. So if all the load will go to only primary server. And request which come in from the client firstly strike the gateway server and then routed to the appropriate procedures. So whatever request, so the request will come like, request might be publishing the dashboard. So let's say if I'm trying to publish the dashboard, if I try to publish this particular dashboard, let's say, so it will go to the gateway load balancer and it will check whether it is allowed to pass through this gateway or not. And it will do that checks and it will allow you to publish. So this will go to this load balancer and it will check. And once that check is done, so it will allow you to publish. And then also you can have, so other requests are like changing the permissions. So this is one type of request. And there will be changing the permissions. So this is another kind of request. So if you are trying to change the permissions in the Tableau server, like I have explained about how to access, how to provide access to some certain folders. So that also we can do it in the gateway load balancer level. So there are two things that we can do. One is request to publish the dashboards and changing the permissions at dashboard level or at the folder level. So these two will be, so whatever you are trying to publish, that will go to gateway first and then go to Tableau server. So this is what, this is how it works. So Once this gateway crosses, then only you will be able to see in the Tableau server. You can see it in Tableau server or mobile or in the iPad. So that is about components. Yeah, so now let's discuss about key points about Tableau server. So learn how to leverage Tableau server to access interactive insights from anywhere. So it will help to familiarize with the main features of Tableau server, enabling you to publish, share, and administrate content. So in Tableau server, we should be able to publish. After publishing, we can share our work and administrate the content. One is publish. Publish, we all know, we have already published in Tableau Public. So it will be same in Tableau server as well. And we also have share. So once published, we'll share the dashboard and administrate. Administrate in the sense, what all dashboards we want to give access, or what all type of access permissions that the user can have. So that can be administrated. Yeah, so if I want to publish it to this, I have to, so to publish it to Tableau Public, you have to convert this into extract mode. In Tableau server, you don't need to do an extract. Why? Because in Tableau server, you can publish it in live connection as well. So as a Tableau server user, you will be able to access up-to-date content and gain quick insight without relying on static distributed content. So it will have live data. So let's say if you are connecting to some live Oracle or SQL server, if the data is changing at Oracle or SQL, the data will be updated in the dashboard as well. As a Tableau server administrator, you will have control to access the server and to help protect sensitive data. So administrator can set user permissions on projects, workbooks, and views and data sources. So administrator will have the capability to restrict the users to watch the projects. So in Tableau, we call these folders as projects. So these are called as projects. Okay, which projects and all I want to give, let's say some users want to have this particular folder. I will give access to 10 people, and this other folder, so other team members dashboards I will publish here. So I'll give access to only those 10 people. So according to that relevant requirement, I'll give access. So that is the administrator activity. So he will take care of that, who has to have the access to which dashboards and all. Okay, so this is how Tableau server looks. Okay. So this will be same for entire organization. So let's say if I give access to, let's say 10 people to this folder, this campaigns and retention. So they will be able to see all these dashboards which are published in this folder. Okay, so it is the same server and everyone can look at the same server. So in that also I can restrict in that 10 people also, let's say for 3 dashboards, I can give to some 3 people or 4 people, and rest of the dashboards I want to give access to some 5, 6 or other people. So in each and every dashboard, I can click on it and I can change the access accordingly. So user experience. So what are the key points about Tableau server? So navigating the Tableau server, web authoring. So navigating the Tableau server in the sense, so you can log in and you can see the dashboards. So if we go to our previous Tableau profiles, let me open this one. So I'm just logging into my profile. Okay, so if I share this link with you, okay, these many dashboards that I have published. So these many dashboards I have published. So you will be able to see all the dashboards. So it will be same in Tableau server as well. So you will be able to see, let's say if I give access to this particular link, so you will be able to see all the dashboards. And in Tableau server, you will have the ability to restrict the dashboards as well. Let's say I have 100 students. So I don't want my 100 students to see this 100 dashboard that I have published. I will restrict only 10 students to see this first four dashboards, and other 10 students to see this second four set of four dashboards. So like that, I can restrict in Tableau server. So in Tableau server, I will have the ability to control who can see what all dashboards. Okay. So that is navigating the Tableau server is nothing but, so I can just navigate like this. So if I want to watch this dashboard or this dashboard, I can just do navigate through this particular dashboards. Web authoring is like you can edit in the Tableau server as well. Sorry, yeah, you can edit as well. So if we go to this, let's see if we can edit here as well. Make a copy. Yeah, so here there is an option called web authoring. So you can develop dashboards and Tableau desktop as well. So in Tableau server as well, you can edit. What is the password here? Okay, so let me just forgot password. So I'll just show you how to do web authoring. Web authoring is nothing but, so normally we do development in Tableau desktop itself. So web authoring is nothing but we can do Tableau edit and Tableau URLs as well. So I can just do there as well. So just give me a second. I'm just resetting the password. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask. Mhm. Data modeling. Data modeling is nothing but data modeling. Okay, so this involves a lot of aspects. So you can do joins, unions, what else? Pivot, unpivot, and data manipulations that you do, transformations. All this comes under. So we have done all this, joins, unions, and we have done all this. We have also done relationships. If you remember, we have also done relationships and data blending. All this part of, all these are part of data modeling. So that's how you create the data. So let's say sample superstore, if you see, this is also a data model. So they have combined three different tables. So they have combined three different tables using this relationship model. How they are combining? By using region with the orders table and people table. And here they are combining orders with this one, returns table. So this is how they are doing it. So this is one type of data model. And if you are using joins and all, so that is one type of data model. So if let's say in your data, if you are doing any of this, That is called as data model. Sometimes you can directly use the data that they have provided. Let's say if they are providing only 10,000 records with combining everything, and they are giving one set of data in Oracle database or in SQL or anything. Okay, so if you don't need to do any transformations or anything, then you can directly use it. Otherwise, you have to do a data modeling based on your requirement. You might need to do any of this. Is it clear? Ah, okay, so I'll just show you web authoring sometime later. So, okay, so managing subscriptions. So managing subscriptions is nothing but you can subscribe to the dashboards. So whenever there is an error, whenever there is an error or some extraction is not happening, then you will get a message to your email saying that this particular extraction is failed. So that in that way we can subscribe to our dashboards. Let's say in YouTube and all, we subscribe to channels and all. So whenever a new video is uploaded to the channel, so you will get a notification saying that one video is uploaded. In the same way, in Tableau server as well, when some error is occurred in particular Tableau dashboard, let's say the dashboard that I have published, so they are not accessible. So if they are not accessible, so if this particular dashboard is not getting refreshed, if the data is not getting refreshed, it will send an email or it will trigger an email to your email account saying that particular dashboard is not accessible. And we can do publishing. So these all dashboards we have published already in Tableau server. So this is Tableau's public. So in Tableau server also we will be able to publish. Embedding views. So in Tableau server, we can do server administration and navigating to the Tableau server, web authoring, managing subscription, publishing, and leveraging the data server. So leveraging the data server in the sense, so we can be able to publish any type of data source. Like say you can connect to SQL, Oracle, this many number of data sources that we have. So in all these data sources, you can connect to any of the data source. Tableau data server will support those data servers. Okay, so best practices for published data sources. Yeah. Okay, so how to schedule the refreshes? Okay, so as we discussed earlier, so we can schedule for extract connections for every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, every hourly, daily, and monthly. So we can set it up. So there is an option in Tableau server. You can go to content workbooks and actions on extract refresh and go to schedule refresh. So there you will be able to see all the schedules that are already created. So, and also you can create a schedule refresh. So new schedules also you can create. So depending on your requirement, based on this type of procedure. So from starting from every 15 minutes to monthly, you can create any type of schedule refresh. And after creating, you can see that particular schedule refresh in the list. And web authoring, you can edit the Tableau file in the web as well. Web in the sense you can edit it here. So you can edit it here. And so list of accesses in Tableau server. So these are the list of accesses that we can give to the user. Let's say if I have given access to you as a service server administrator, then you will have full access to publish, to edit in the web, and to save the workbooks, to replace the workbooks, to have you will be having access to all the folders in the server. So if I give you access to this server as an administrator, so you will be able to have all access. So you can access all dashboards and all folders. So that is what is administrator access. Now let's see site administrator. So in server, so let me just create it like this. One server can have multiple sites. Okay, one server can have multiple sites. So this is my server, site 1. Site 2, site 3. So let's say I have a server and I have 3 sites. Okay, if I make you as a server admin, if I make you server admin, you will have access to this all these sites. So you will have access to all these sites. Let's say if I give access to only this site, so if I make you as site admin, then you will have access to whatever is there in only this site. So in sites, you will have folders. In sites, you will have folders. So if I make you as site admin, you will have access to whatever folders that are there in site. So this way, so server admins will be there and site admins will be there. So site admin will have only access to that particular site. So if I make you as an admin for site admin, so site 1, if I make you as an admin, you will not be able to see site 2 and site 3. And you will only be able to see whatever is there in site 1. But if I made you as a server admin, you will be able to see all the folders in site 1, site 2, and site 3. So that is about site admin. And publisher. So, if you are not an admin, so then I will give you publisher access. So publisher access will be limited to that particular folders. So limited to these folders and all. So that is so publisher also I will not give you for the all the folders. That will be limited to some folders. So let's say if I want to give to this folder, I will give you, or if I want to give to this folder, I will give you separately. So for admin, it will have access to all the folders. For publisher, if I want to, I can specify which folder he can have access. So publisher can publish the dashboard. So let's say now we are able to publish this particular dashboard to Tableau Public. For Tableau Public, there are no restrictions. But in real time, you will be having the restriction to publish the dashboard. So if you have access as a publisher, then only you will be able to publish. An interactor, he can just yeah, yeah, Rakib. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Admin can publish. Admin can do everything. See, admin can do everything in all the folders. Publisher, I can restrict to folders. So let's say I have in Tableau server, you will not only have 2 folders, you will have multiple folders. Admin can access all the folders. But publisher, I want to give only to this. Let's say for publisher, I want to, so let's say for you, I want to give you only these 3 folders. And for Prashant, I want to give these 3 folders. So I can restrict. In that site also, I can restrict who can publish in what all dashboards. I can restrict. Hmm. Let's say I have given you only access to these 3 folders to publish. You can publish only in these folders. You can't publish in these other folders. So I can restrict that. But admin can publish in all the folders. Okay, so that is about publisher. Interactor. Interactor can only interact with the dashboard that are published in the specific folders. Let's say for Rakib, if I have given access to these 3 folders as an interactor, so he will be able to see the dashboards in this. So he will not be able to publish also. If I give as an interactor, he will be just to view the dashboards and do some interactions. So even viewer is also same. So it is like you can just view the dashboard. So you can't do any interactions. So interactions as such, you can't do, you can't even use the filters. Interactor meaning you can use filters. Let's say, so from Alabama to Alberta, I can change it. So interactor can change the filters and everything. So you can use the parameters, everything. But viewer cannot change anything. He can just view whatever it is published. Okay. And unlicensed is something that particular user exists in the server, but he will not be able to see anything. Okay, so not even this dashboards he can see. So these dashboards, whatever is there, even he can't see the folders or anything. Let's say he is trying to access this particular URL. Okay, so he will not be able to see anything. So these dashboards will not be visible to the user. So when I give this link to that particular person who is unlicensed, so then he will get an error saying that this user doesn't have any license. Okay, so unlicensed, if I make Rakib as an unlicensed person, so whenever Rakib logs into this particular server, so he will see an error saying that you don't have a license to view the dashboard. Okay, so that will be there. And then viewer and unlicensed can publish. So there are other options. Viewer can publish and unlicensed can publish. So if we give this particular access to the users, let's say for Rakib, if I given unlicensed can publish, he can publish, but he can't view the dashboards in the server. So other people who have access to the particular server can access. Yeah, Rakib. Yes. Yeah, correct. Okay, so best practices for publishing the data sources. So it is better to maintain extract connection. Okay, so live connection every time it has to hit the Oracle or SQL server. So extract connection is the best option. It will improve the performance of the dashboard. Okay. So we'll just continue other slides tomorrow as we have crossed this time. So I'll tell you when to use an extract and what are the how to improve the performance of the dashboard. So we'll discuss these slides in tomorrow's session. So any questions till now? Mm-hmm. In live, you will get real-time data. Here, you will have real-time data. Sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you repeat? It is directly connected, right? So if the data is changing in the Oracle, so it is connecting to that Oracle, right? So it is dependent on some other server, not only on Tableau server, it is dependent on the Oracle server also. So you have to have the performance of your dashboard and you have to have the performance of Oracle SQL server as well. So that way it will take some time to refresh, yeah, to get the data. In extract connection, it will be the data itself is connected to your file. Data itself is connected to Tableau only. You are not taking from the other server. So data connected to your Tableau machine only. So it is very easy to get the data from its own machine. So it is way faster compared to live connection. So if you have huge data, like if you have millions of records in your data, it is better to use extract connection. Mhm. You can make this as an extractor. Already I have made this. So you can see this dual cylinder, right? Yeah. So this way you can work. It is same. It is similar. The work is similar. It is just you are directly connecting and you're indirectly connecting. It depends. I mean, if it is, let's say, this has only 10,000 records, right? So it doesn't made it, if you don't make any, so if it is not slow, so let's say if I'm dragging any fields, uh, it is not slow. It is coming as fast as when I drag it. So if you think it is slow, make it as an extract. Okay, so the data will be attached to this so that it will be coming very easily. If it is taking sometimes when you have millions of records, right? When you drag this particular field, it will take some time to get this order IDs, all the order IDs. If you think it is taking time, then you make it as an extract. Otherwise, you can use as it is. Yeah. Any other questions? We have only two more extra sessions. After completing this, I'll tell you about cohort analysis and customer order frequency. Yeah. Okay, then. Thank you all for joining. We'll continue tomorrow.